Hey guys, I just wanted to do an analyst video on my recent solo queue game. In this game I had a very good start, but I wasn't able to translate my lead, and I wanted to review this to see why I didn't translate my lead. And by reviewing this will not only help some of you guys maybe get better, but for me personally, I think that this will help me a lot. So getting into the game, I'm going to look for points that made me lose. So in this laning phase, I was able to get blue buff because it was Rek'Sai, and then I just abused my blue buff by every time my Zion got up close, I Q autoed E'd him, so I could use the full duration of my blue buff. I was just throwing out random Qs because I missed a couple CS there because I have blue buff and I want to use as much mana as possible, and since he's 40% HP, I want to dive him. So right here I ping that I want to dive him, and Rek'Sai's in the area still, luckily. So we look for the dive. And this was one of the key points of why I got ahead in the first place after blue buff. There isn't really much Zion can really do. It's just that that's just how Jayce is. And then Vi kind of messed up there. He probably could have got a kill on me. The next thing that happens is that Zion doesn't have flash, so getting on him is pretty easy. He actually almost killed Rek'Sai here, so I tried to get him away, but this is like really big for me. Now I'm going to be up a lot of CS. Rek'Sai has a kill and assist, I have a kill and assist, like we're super fed, and Rise flashes down, so it's really easy to abuse him right now. After playing out lane phase for a bit, I look for a catch on Zion in the lane, and I barely get him here. I could have easily died to him to one more auto attack. Oh, actually, yeah, it was really close, and I just get that snipe. So now at this point, like, I should honestly just win the game outright. And now like, he's 0-3. I have 20 CS on him. I have 2 levels on him. Like, there's no way I could lose, right? Our team's 1-6. But believe it or not, this game does go south, and we're going to show you why. This was pretty much the biggest upbeat point, and you're at this point you're probably thinking, how the fuck did you lose this game, Dyrus? And that's what I'm trying to find out too. So this is my first mistake coming up. I was just going down looking to go down there and TP, but then Vi is already right here. Because I didn't have vision of Vi, it was safe to assume that she could be anywhere around me, through lane, anywhere, and I tried to jump up here and I wasted some movement. I could have even juked here to the right. If I had ult there, I would have been guaranteed that. And this is huge because as someone who's 201 and super fed, I should be abusing the 3-0 rise. But instead of doing that, my team dies, I die, like everything goes to shit. So it goes from 1-6 to 6-9, which is really good for them. And this is where I start tilting. So at this point I TP back into lane, and this is what's really big that I didn't realize. So in this matchup, I need E to get Rise away. Even though I'm super fed, I'm acting like I'm like super godly, but now that I used all my abilities, Zion just runs out and flashes at me. If I had E up here, I most likely would have lived. Not 100% sure, but he did flash for me, and now that even though I was 2 levels up on him with like 20, 30 CS actually up on him because of all the early ganks Rek'Sai did for me. Like, all that's gone now. And the biggest mistake here was not using E, and this is where I start tilting for real. This is the next big mistake that I make. I wasn't exactly tilted, I just thought for some reason that E would kill him, and I knocked it out of Xerath ult, and then Xerath misses all of his stuff, and I miss all of my stuff, and then game's just going downhill from here. At this point, they have a super hard engage comp. Me and Xerath are super weak, and we're even in gold, which is really bad because we want to be really far ahead. So now that I've watched this, I realize now how I threw my lead. I usually don't get leads this big. I think the way for me to abuse my lead is when my jungler's on my side. I just gotta, play really safe. Like, even though I'm super ahead, you cannot win 2-on-1 unless you're super fed and you have good wards around you. As Jayce, it's really easy to abuse, so if you ever play Jayce top, having good wards around you and then playing super safe even when you're super far ahead, unless you can like actually solo kill the enemy top laner and then get away from their jungler, In this case, since it's Rise, I think that he still had some potential of killing me. So that was my learning lesson for this game. As for the rest of the game, it's kind of just downhill. We have to like group up, and we have no disengage because we have Zac support and he disconnected early on, and then Rek'Sai is just AFK farming now. So the way for us to win this game now is to just group up and try to poke. And even when we do that, they can hard engage on us with Vi, Yasuo. Um, they have Thresh, Ashe. Like they have so much engage, and we don't have enough disengage. Or like we were ahead, but I just threw my lead, and they threw their lead. Like Jinx was super ahead too. Like even at this point, it's still winnable. But yeah, I guess that's it for this game. That was decided like just from that. Um, in high elo games, games are usually decided a lot faster than lower elo. Like if this was lower elo, we probably still have a really good chance. Like maybe Masters or Diamond. Like I think the game would be pretty undecided. But because of the way their team comp works, I think it's pretty hard. And in these next few clips, I'm going to show you examples of why it's really hard to win. So I found this clip, and this clip is a pretty good example. Here we see Yasuo mid, and we can't really hard engage. So since we see Yasuo mid, we should just be running on top side and going for these kills, which is why I'm pinging and just waiting around. Like Yasuo's not even here yet. Yasuo's still middle, so we should go on them. That's why I start walking up here, and then I start going on them hard. And yeah, Xerath gets a good stun. I get a knockback into Jinx ult, and then Zion's still alive. Then what happens is, because Xerath's out of position, he just insta-dies. Even though we got that pick on Ashe, he just insta-dies because he's too immobile. This is a good example of our comp not being that good later on, because you have to really peel for your backline. And right there, Xerath had to go forward. And since they had the tempo all game from us throwing, we were unable to like group up middle and just get poke off. And even if we did, they'd be able to flank us with Vi, Yasuo, Rise, start off with Ashe ult. Like they just had so many tools. So even though I had a huge lead, I could have carried this game if I just played it better. But because I didn't, that's why we lost. I mean, there's a lot of other factors, but for me, myself, we lost because I got caught out once, and then I got caught out solo killed, and then I got caught out in the side lane because I just threw my lead super hard when I should have a super big lead with all the resources was given to me early. And I think I should have gotten more resources to get down the towers, because even though we were 1 and 6, they were getting towers. So I think they were just probably the better players overall, because usually when you get kill leads, you usually get towers, and this game we just did not get any towers. So that's my short review for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of it. I kind of understand more of why I got really mad and what happened, and my next Jayce game should be better after reviewing this, because I'll be playing slightly different, even though my early laning phase was really good. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.